Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Late Entry, hosted as always by RBF Kyle
How we doing, late entry family?
and your boy Double Dose. If you having a bad day today, just think it could be worse. You could be a Canadian. These guys not only were getting their asses kicked in gold medals at the Olympics, then they caught allegedly cheating in curling, even though we all saw in 4K from 5 different angles that little finger push for the men and women's team. But they took the L to us, the USA, in hockey, 2-1. First time that the U.S. has won Olympic gold since 1980 in hockey. Uh, Now I did not watch the game. Did you watch the game?
I watched the very end of it, and let me tell you what, the hype in the stadium was insane. I could be bothered to wake up that early, but the hype was insane in the stadium, and the fact that we got that done was absolutely bonkers. I mean,
No. Let me
this is
clarify this. You just said that you did
yeah.
watch it, and then you also said you couldn't be bothered to wake up that early.
I couldn't be bothered to wake up at 8. Yeah, and I tried to, but I couldn't be bothered to do it. Like it's
So
like
you did or did not watch it?
I watched the end, okay? I'm not a
Okay,
real
okay.
American.
Oh, I think that you are a real American. I don't know how many
Yeah.
people watch the whole. Bro, you said it was 8. That'd have been like 7 o'clock my time.
hmm
Tuning to watch that, and that's just Eastern was 8. So that means that like you in like California, that was like 2 a.m. Like I
Yeah,
don't
the
know who's
6
waking up,
a.m., something like that. Yeah.
but that just goes to further the point, dog. Like think about this for America. Over here, we got football, we got basketball, we got baseball. That's three of the four big three now, or the big three of the
The
big
big,
four.
yeah.
Now, the fourth of the big four is hockey, which obviously people do like, but ain't the other three. Now, you're going to tell me that half the country had to wake up before the sun's up to watch hockey? And I know that there's some people out here who did, and props to them. But my point of this whole thing is that I think a lot of people, like you said, could not be bothered to wake up to watch that and just woke up like me, excited as hell that we don't spank Canada and something else. And look, it doesn't matter who it was. Anybody could have got this work. I'll be excited if we get gold medals over anybody. But Canada and hockey, that's their shit, dog. That's their
Yeah,
shit. That'd be like if we played tackle football and we lost.
absolutely. 100%. Like this is their number 1, and it's our 4 or 5, like I mean, tennis or golf could probably make a case for themselves in America, as far as like hype. From a whole country, like hockey really only has like the north part of the country. Like
What?
we, hey,
Didn't didn't the
golf down
didn't the
south is big, bro.
isn't a Florida team back to back NHL champs?
Yes. Yeah, and they're one of the newest teams in the NHL, which is one of the craziest parts about all of this. Because hockey has always been known as a northern sport. Like it's like the top half of the country is way better at hockey typically than the bottom half. You got the San Jose Sharks, you got some guys down south that like have had good franchises in the past, but no, I mean if you're thinking of like some of the best, you got Colorado Avalanche, you got the Wings, you got the Bruins, the Penguins. It's all like northern states. Um, so for this to be kind of disregarded across the country, hell yeah, this is awesome. But if this was freaking pickleball, it might have got more views. Like like I don't like. There's a lot more sports in America that could have got more views with the right players in place. And so the fact that we kicked Canada's ass when we didn't even give a shit, when half of our country couldn't even be bothered to wake up for it, hey, I'll freaking take it. USA, USA, USA. Let's go.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the actual athletes who went out and win. Like we're not trying to minimize what y'all did.
No.
Y'all made the country proud. I'm just saying it hits a little bit harder when most of us woke up to find out the good news as compared to, I'm sure, all of Canada over there had their alarm clocks set so they could wake up and walk through the snow so they could get some beer. and watch a team take a L and their biggest sport.
I
So
mean, that being said too, though, I really wanted to wake up for the France game in the Olympics where Steph hit all those threes. And I literally woke up like shortly before he started that run. And so all I got to see
Kyle,
is the end of the game.
that
You
show
know,
was at like 3 p.m. What are you talking about?
no way.
I watched that at work.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Because I swear there was a game I was like dying to, maybe it was the Serbia game. They were playing it at like 8 a.m. and I caught like the fourth quarter and I was so pissed at myself for not waking up in time. But that's just how the Olympics goes at the end of the day. Like you're just not, you're going to be a fucking degen and oversleep.
Were you in
an Olympic
China when
event.
the games were being played? Those games were all in the middle of the day.
No, they were not, bro. No, they were not. I can't believe you're saying that from Chicago. Some of them were like early morning.
Not those two, not the semifinal or the final.
Huh.
I watched those at work. Actually, I think I watched one of them at home and the other one at work. I watched the finals at work.
See, you made time for it. I don't know, man. Somebody fact check me.
What kind of sleeping are you doing? You're talking about, I couldn't
Look,
be bothered to
man.
wake up at 3 p.m.
I'm doing a podcast at 3 a.m. So what do you think I'm on?
Just straight up fucked up sleep schedule.
It's never getting any better.
This is my coworker Kyle, half cat.
Hey, shout out.
Miranda has guests come over in the middle of the day. It's 4 p.m. Shh, don't wake up Kyle. He's sleeping.
It might be. You never know. If I shot a late night with late entry the night before, you never know.
It's funny you brought up the basketball Olympics because I was just gonna say like the level of hype that I had for them winning that both the Serbia game and the France game to take the Olympic gold. Like basketball, I feel like that's our shit. It's like, all right, basketball comes
Like
up,
we need
big dogs
win.
are here,
Yeah.
like we here. We've had the Dream Team, the Redeem Team, and now we had the. They don't even know if they had a name for this. Kyle Kuzma
Extreme
that.
Team.
The Extreme Team. Yeah, Kyle Kuzma talking about like, hey, we should get all of our big dogs to come over there. Hey, y'all want to come play with me? And then Kyle Kuzma didn't make the team. They had Jason Tatum being a water boy, dog. Kyle Kuzma was not getting on that plane. But hey, Kyle, thanks for getting everybody involved.
That's so funny.
That being said, I can't imagine what it's like for Canada to just get that ass beat by us. And like I said, it could have been Canada, could have been anybody else. All I know is, like I've said numerous times, the Olympics is you're going to see the most patriotic spends. So I'm out here. I'm hype as hell. I woke up to find out that we beat Canada. Didn't watch it at all, but it's still go blue, go red, go white. I just fucked all that up. Red, white, and blue is what I meant to say. It's a late night over here at Late Entry. Real quick before we switch off of the Olympics, they had a stat which I thought was hilarious. The Olympics, according to ESPN, Milan Cortina Olympics, most watched winter games since 2014. Wow. Now, there's something that's been trending that might explain why. We touched on it briefly on Wednesday. I think that if you know, you know, but I understand why more people were tuning in. That's all I'm about to say. Why are you staring at me like that?
I'm waiting to hear what you got to say. Is it because
I said if you know, you know. Do you not know?
I don't think I know.
Oh. Well.
Let me know.
Hey, people going to tune in for the cheeks is all I'm saying. All they talked about for the last 2 weeks is how thick these skaters and everybody else is. And then at the end of this, after everyone's been talking for weeks about how thick all these athletes are, now it's the most watched Winter Olympics. Okay. I feel like there's a correlation here.
Hey, man, that's not why I've been watching.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the trick shots that those curlers were hitting were pretty cool, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they were pretty fucking sick. I've been talking about curling for 3 weeks. I've been talking it up, saying I could do it. So yeah, that's definitely the only thing I've been watching.
You know what? You were definitely talking about curling before the rest of everybody else was talking about it. That I heard.
Dude, yeah, I could have,
You
dude.
could just move that broom across the floor really fast.
No, I'm a thrower. I'm a launcher guy for sure. I got that
Oh,
feel, dude. I my cornhole skills translate, I think. I just got that. I was always a really good free throw shooter. Asked my 7th grade coach.
hmm.
That's the last time I played basketball. So
Believe it or
asked my
not,
7th grade coach.
a
I
white guy was good at shooting in basketball.
and it wasn't 3-pointers.
Free throws.
Free throws.
Yeah,
Free throws and baselines. That's all I had. Which is
that
also
sounds.
kind of, I feel like that's a white guy thing. Yeah, never
That's
mind.
yeah. If you came to me
Yeah,
talking about how
that's
you was really good at dunking, we'd have a different conversation. I was really good at crossing them over and dropping to the hole. Said no white guy ever.
my reverse layup was nice though.
Let me let me take that back. Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. There's a
Yeah,
few.
we
There's a
got.
few.
What about your boy in the big three, Austin Reeves?
I just said that.
Oh, my bad. That was
Yeah. No, I couldn't
a
forget about the
headphone issue.
man.
My bad.
AR-15.
You're right. You're right.
So it's actually a nice little segue into our next topic. Talk to
Perfect.
us about Lamelo Ball.
All right, Mr. Lightskin himself has gotten him. He's gotten himself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this will be my last episode. Thank you very much. We out. No, no. Lamelo Ball has gotten himself into some trouble. He's been apparently running red lights for months, and nobody said anything until now. He's been leaving the practice facility, running reds, and the other day in his EV Hummer, he was caught on camera, clearly swerving into the other lane, and
You
absolutely
might
messing
bet
up.
swerve in the corner. Whoa.
He might swerve in the corner.
Whoa. They
Oh
told you
man,
in the
he ain't
song.
tweaking no more, dude. He ain't tweaking no more.
They
And
told you in the
he
song what was
told the
gonna
media
happen.
that he told the media, he said, "I'll take 2 questions." I mean, he didn't say that, but basically, what he non-verbally told the media was, "I'm gonna take 2 questions. On the 3rd question, I'm gonna walk out with my boxers hanging out," and that's exactly what he said. I'm gonna let my compression shorts breathe, and he walked out of the interview the second that he got his 3rd question about the accident that happened a day prior, and he was questionable for the game. Still played, of course. Then, it, like, understandably gets questions about it. Dude just walks off. So yeah, I just thought the whole thing was freaking hilarious. You said it. He might swerve. He might bend that corner. Whoa. Uh,
Whoa.
he might hop in your lane. Whoa.
Yeah, what happened? Was
Yeah.
anyone injured or
As far as I know, everybody's okay. As far as he said, too, everybody was okay, and he was taking care of it. But yeah, that's what he like. Kind of how he answered the first one is like, as far as I know, everybody's going to be all right, and we're going to take care of this. And he thought like we're going to move on, and then you heard another question, and he answered that kind of half-ass, and then he heard another question, and he just walked off. He was just like, I ain't answering another one. But at the same time, like, how do you not get expected to get asked this 3 times or 4 times after this is not your first offense, and you literally swerved and bended that corner, and nobody said whoa
whoa?
until after the interaction.
So I have a few questions for you. What exactly happened?
So Lamelo Ball, the official offense, I guess, is Lamelo Ball. I'm gonna say it again. He swerved. He bended that corner. He's he went out of his lane to hit another driver, and he did definitely swerve. He definitely did not bend that corner, and everybody said, "Whoa."
Was it actually going around a corner?
A tire no, he was driving in a straightaway, and a tire flew off.
So
He tried to swerve.
I don't stop. Hold on. I'm being for real. So the man was driving down a straight street and went into the oncoming traffic.
Yeah, dude, he must have been listening. He must have been. Oh my god. Yeah, no,
Was he speeding?
I mean, the video doesn't tell that. I ain't gonna confirm or deny. I don't think he was, being safe. I mean, the dude, yeah. And there's been videos of this guy leaving the practice facility, and then, like, as the video continues, he's just fucking straight zooming through a red light, swerving around cars. Like, so, like, the guy does not have any sense of care or anything for the people around him on the road, really,
Okay. So based off of me only knowing this from what Kyle's telling me right now, I'm going to give my takes on this. Before we go any further, before people try to come for us in the comment, what?
No, I'm just kidding. You're good.
Before people come for us,
make me the scapegoat. I'm good. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Do you have anything else you want to say before I actually try to get my point out, or anything else? No. All right. Before I just had a feeling you're gonna start talking. before we get into it, and people in the comments are talking about, oh, that was his brother that made the song. You guys are stupid. The song was released under Ball Brothers, so there's that for one. Next, it is obviously wild that you would have a song that goes crazy about how you drive reckless as fuck and then get in a car accident. Like, that's just kind of nuts. They'd be like, if Aaron Hernandez made a fucking song like, oh, I might swerve, drop fucking 3 bodies. Whoa. Like, wait a second. Oh, really?
Oh, right. Wait.
All right. Snitching on yourself. But anyways, on to the more serious part of this. He better learn from this and take this shit. Like, obviously we're joking about it because it's just a ridiculous situation. But seriously, he and other athletes need to learn from this. Like, you've seen Henry Ruggs. You've seen Kyron Lacey. You've seen Rishi Rice. All different ways that these can play out and ruin your life or have other impacts. You're not invincible, and people need to, be safe on the road. I understand that, sometimes you got to get where you're going. And when it comes to speed and driving recklessly, let he who has not sinned cast the first stone and all that. I'm with that. But you're talking about you just have multiple videos of you just driving like a jackass. Like, please stop before you kill somebody. On a serious note.
Amen. Yeah. Yeah. We should all not be stupid when we're on the road. Really. That's all I got to add to that. I'm sorry. Just keep it pushing.
Swerve at that corner. Whoa.
I know, that's all I'm thinking about. That's all I'm thinking about.
Like, it's not funny, but it's kind of funny. It's funny because it's nothing bad happened.
Right. Thank God that happened. Otherwise, this podcast would be over right now.
Well, I don't think we'd be laughing if something had, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. No. What? Yeah.
Like, can you imagine being the person?
No, I'm kidding.
Can you imagine the person that got hit fucking calling their insurance company like, you're never gonna fucking believe this?
So what you're saying is he swerved and he did not bend that corner? Is that what you're saying, madam?
Motherfuckers swerve, crashed my car. Whoa. Now my insurance prices are going up. They were calling some more. My bank's crying. Going to have to pay some more. All right.
Oh man, yeah.
I'm sorry for what you've listened to the last few minutes here.
I'm sorry. I want to apologize to the person who Lamelo crashed into, bro. All they wanted to do was drive straight and not bend any kind of corner. Whoa, like they were just trying to get from point A to point B, and Lamelo was like, "Oh hell no." I mean, this is I feel so bad for the person that got hit, man.
Why? You said that everyone's okay, right?
Yes, as far as I've heard.
The next woe you hear is gonna be that person who got hit checking their bank account. I'm
Yeah,
about to
you.
go to the store and spend some more. Whoa. Getting hit in the car by a celebrity and not being injured is a dream. You're getting
Absolutely.
breaded out. That is life changing. If I can guarantee that I will not be injured, hit me in my car tomorrow. If
Hey,
you're
we
rich.
shouldn't.
If
Speaking
you're
of
rich.
which, we got the Lions fan here who got punched by DK. We're gonna interview him.
No.
All right.
No.
No.
No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
At worst, a terrible person. At best, still a terrible person. if he said the things
Hey,
that DK alleged, terrible person. If he
if he
didn't and just lives his entire
terrible
life to
person.
just chase after DK because that was not the first offense that happened in Seattle, and just go around just trying to harass them and get a rise out of him, still a terrible person. Regardless of which, fuck that guy. How do we get on that topic? Oh, people
I'm so sorry.
getting cashed out by athletes.
Yeah, it's my fault. I'm so sorry.
Uh
Just talking about angry fans. That's all.
let's keeping it in Detroit sports. Pistons.
Let's go. We got a happy fan right here if we're talking about the Pistons.
Yeah.
The only thing I think I want to say to you guys is play Marcus Sasser more. That guy needs more minutes. He got like 4 minutes and 4 points the other day. Karis LeVert cannot carry you guys through the playoffs. Getting a guy like Marcus Sasser, who's I think he's a third-year guy, drafted by the Grizzlies, gets traded to the Pistons, plays 2 seasons for us. Now this is his third, and he has really shown growth. Like, this is the guy you really need to start going forward. I don't want to say start, but you need to start playing him going forward. But this week, actually tomorrow, once this is posted, we are facing the biggest matchup of the season. We're facing OKC, the former champions and the former MVP. You know what? We got the new MVP coming in to this game, and he is going to win this game. And I would like to be the first to say it. I don't know if I'm sure people have said it, so I'll probably not be the first to say it. I'm gonna be the first to say it that I know. Cade Cunningham is gonna win MVP this year. He's gonna have such a good second half of this season. I want this either used in a great way or a bad way at the end of this season. Cade Cunningham is the MVP of this basketball season. He has played a Halliburton season, and he's played he's played an SGA season too, combined. He's 28, 10,
What do you
and
mean by
7.
that?
He's averaging 28 points a game. He's averaging 10 assists, and he's averaging 7 rebounds. He's playing as big as Halliburton, and he's playing as methodical as SGA. It's the best season from a point guard I've seen in years. And I am completely biased, and I know that. But to me, I think this guy deserves to be the best player in basketball this year.
So you're predicting that he will win MVP right now?
Yes.
What are his
plus 1,400 in DraftKings?
Are they the shortest?
Are they the shortest odds?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
the
so.
Shortest?
I don't know. I just saw plus 1,400 Cade Cunningham, and I put $5 on it.
Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna find out. Now I kind of want to know who's got the shortest.
Now, who's got the worst odds? And you want to bet on them over him? That's cool. That's cool.
No. I'm just curious what it is. While I look this up, tell us what you think about the impact of tomorrow, or Wednesday, or whatever.
Or Wednesday. Yeah. When this is posted, it'll be tomorrow. So, to me, I think that this game kind of, for the city of Detroit, like this this is gonna us winning this game is gonna say a lot. If we win this game, like the confidence going into the playoffs is gonna be at an all-time high. The fact that we've beaten the Lakers, we've beaten the Knicks every single time, the team that knocked us out of the East last year, who is also basically the team to beat because no Tatum, um, and no Halliburton. Like we've beaten them every time we faced them by double digits. We've we faced the Lakers and Golden State, and we have made them look stupid. And now we've got the best team on the West. So this is literally NBA Finals like mock to me. Like we have the best all around team versus the best all around team. And we're going to see what happens. And I'm going to be sitting in row 13 behind the Pistons bench. And I will give you guys some beautiful videos, hopefully, of some amazing Jalen Duren dunks and everything else. But yeah, man, I could not be looking forward to this anymore right now. As a Detroit fan, like, and the Lions season we had with what's going on, like, this is the biggest game to me all year.
So, to your point about the MVP and the best team in the East and the West, Cade has the.
Yep.
I'm on the score bet. Um, Cade has the third shortest odds at 425. Jokic has the second shortest at 290, and SGA as the favorite right now at negative 125. So you will get the number one and the number three in at least betting odds going head to head. So that could definitely do something for him. I know some of those years where they've done like, oh, is it going to be Embiid? Is it going to be Jokic? Some of those came down to like head to head matchups. So you'll definitely have something to hang your hat on if they get it done.
That's crazy. I cannot. I'm so happy I put $5 on it then when I did because, yeah, I can't believe it went from 14 to 425 that fast.
Yeah. Part of me wants to like throw a bet on with you just to make it interesting, but I also don't want to root for the Pistons to lose. So hopefully we'll
Yeah,
be on here Wednesday celebrating.
hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I feel like not to be like too prisoner of the moment, yeah, even before it's happened. But if they lose, yeah, the whole rest of the season to go. But if they win, like you said, the confidence boost of like we can really toe up with anybody. Pistons,
Hmm.
who or not the Pistons, the Knicks, who sent us home last year, come over here and get this work. Beat them by like what 40, and then
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Every time we face them, we beat them by double digits this year. I think we faced them 3 times in New York. Here, we beat them every time.
yeah.
It's yeah. Get that work, Jalen Brunson. Get that work.
So so definitely yeah, big confidence boost if they are able to get it done.
Hmm. Yeah, this is our ultimate test, no doubt.
If you've been on the internet at all the last day, I'm sure you've seen the controversy coming out of the BAFTA awards. If you're not familiar, I'll give you a quick rundown. So Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, very popular right now from Sinners from that movie, on stage presenting for Best Visual Effects. John Davidson, who is a man that suffers from Tourette's, was there as well. He has a movie called I Swear, which is either loosely based or very based off of his life and his struggle with Tourette's. So he was there as well, to either to receive an award or as part of basically for his movie being nominated, I believe. So before everything started, BAFTA had kind of given everyone in the crowd a warning about the fact that John Davidson has Tourette's and that he has tics that cause him to have outbursts and basically say things that are without his control. If you're unaware of, or not very familiar with Tourette's, basically you can have these tics, and it's something that's basically, from my understanding, like neurons in your brain misfire, and it's causing you to say things that you have no control over. And people make jokes and stuff about it, but literally you cannot control the things that are coming out of your mouth or that you're doing or saying with your body. It's just on something you can't control at all. So while they're up there presenting, John Davidson yells out the N word, hard R, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So after that happened, this guy Cumming, I'm not sure what his first, Alan Cumming, the host, had made an announcement. You may have noticed some strong language in the background. This can be part of how Tourette syndrome shows up for some people as the film explores that experience. Thank you for your understanding and for helping create a respectful space for everyone. So after that happened, I believe John Davidson removed himself from the public ceremony area and brought himself to like a private area where he's able to finish the viewing on his own. Um, Delroy Lindo had said afterwards, because basically they're up there, they heard it, and then with the class and the dignity that they have, we're able to continue, move past it, and continue to present. He had said basically afterwards, that they did what they had to do, but that he also wished that someone from BAFTA had spoke to us afterwards. So BAFTAs come under fire for two pieces of it. First of all, it sounds like they did not talk to them, check in with them afterwards after what happened. And then during the apology, or not even the apology, but the statement that Alan Cumming made, it was, hey, this just happened. Thanks for your understanding. No apology toward Delroy and Michael. Then the award show itself was on a 2 hour delay from when it was being filmed and when it was being shown. So while they did edit out, I forgot who it was, one of the award recipients gave their speech. At the end of it, they said "Free Palestine." BBC edited that out, did not air it. But for this incident, they did air the whole thing. So BAFTA and BBC basically under fire for those following things. Now, we're going to kind of take this piece by piece. The first thing is, for me, what I don't understand is why people are saying to, and if you're watching this, please leave us some comments in the chat about basically everything we're about to talk about and let us know what you think. Because I'm kind of, and I've been talking to a lot of people the last few days or the last day, trying to gather more of an open minded opinion about the entire thing. Obviously, I understand what Tourette's is, also understand being black, being called the N word, got feelings about both of those. So this is more of me just trying to have an open conversation with Kyle about it and just kind of navigate my own thoughts toward this and then share them with you guys and then hopefully have you share some back with me. But I don't understand the people that wanted them to cut it from the broadcast. I don't understand what that would have resulted in. Um, in my opinion, trying to put myself in Michael B. and Delroy's shoes, the embarrassing part to me would have been being up there and having that happened and then trying to navigate then after hearing that and the emotional reaction you have to when you hear that word, especially as a black person, then to continue the presentation like it, you just let it go and keep moving on. uh Not airing that on TV doesn't stop that feeling that they felt when they heard it. So I'm not sure, I guess, is it to save them from like the public embarrassment of it? That information was going to get out. Like, I'm sure that there were people that were filming it there. I'm sure that people would have talked about it. Like, I don't think that that would have stayed inside the room had they not aired it live. So I'm not entirely sure what that would have done. Would it have been to protect John Davidson? Um, is that the case? If so, I guess there could be an argument made as well too that we're seeing in real time an example of how Tourette's can impact things, especially considering the movie I Swear, to my understanding, is about dealing with that. There's been no better representation than you yelling out the N word in the middle of an award show. And, the shame and that obviously John Davidson felt with that too. And I want to say very clearly on this, based off my understanding of Tourette's, anyone that's out here saying that he meant to say that, I know Jamie Foxx was one of the people who came out here with his whole chest and said, "Nah, he meant that." I don't think that that's based on my understanding of Tourette's. That's not fair to say. I don't think that to people to come out and say that this guy is a racist or that he needs to be canceled or that he's a terrible person, that seems very unfair given my understanding of Tourette's. I don't believe that that's something that you would come out here and do just as a joke or to be funny. Um, it's a real life example of how this disability affects people. And I think I was reading a stat earlier. There's I guess a more in-depth term for what it is. It starts with a C. It's like cornophilia, cornophol. I don't want to mispronounce it, but basically that's like an added impact of the ticks. And I guess 1 in 4 people who have that actually commit suicide because of the impact that it has on their lives. So I do
Wow.
not take this lightly at all about how this has impacted John himself. And I want to say that before I move into the next pieces of what I want to talk about. But as it pertains to just the um, airing of the situation, do you have any thoughts either way about like should they have aired it, should they have not aired it? How would that have impacted things, or do you want to keep it pushing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could have gone either way. I guess, like as far as airing it versus not airing it. If you don't air it, you're you're suppressing like an event that happened that obviously it has a cultural impact after the fact. So, but then on the other side, not airing it, I feel like you do protect, as you said, you protect probably the actor there, John, with Tourette's. But almost in a way, I feel like maybe he didn't, like you just kind of said or alluded to, like maybe he didn't want the protection and he just wanted, not like he wanted to have said it, but he's just like, look, this is, like you said, this is the reality of what happens. So if you guys are going to post it, then post it, kind of thing.
Well, I don't
I
think
don't
he had
know
a say in it.
exactly.
I don't think he
Fair.
had a
Or
say in it,
his
but
team at all, maybe.
I think it's
No.
probably just BBC slash BAFTA.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
probably
that's
made the
fair.
call.
And yeah, I mean, they decided to send it. And look, I mean, thank God I wasn't the one who was on air saying it. But no, I really do think that I think I do think that this was an honest mistake. I don't obviously think he meant it. I think, and I think that, yeah, like, do we, like, how do you? I don't know. How do you deny a person with disability from being at an event like this too? Like,
That's
who
where I want to go with
earned
it
their
next.
way to the event? Like, it's so hard, and this type of thing might happen. It's not the thing you're expecting to happen, but it might, and it did, like, I don't know. I'm very, like, I'm torn even of like I don't want to deny this guy his one chance to be at an award show like this, but I also don't think that all of America needs to hear somebody calling MBJ the N word, like,
That's
so
exactly, I guess where my brain has been about this entire thing is not focused on John Davidson specifically, but more on that it's almost like we're getting into like a very deep like ethical like philosophical conversation like trolley cart type situation where it's like,
yeah,
well, if you've got the cart's going to hit these people over here and there's less people over here, but you pull the lever, like is it better to be the person that actually made the decision to kill someone even though there's less people? Or it's one of those situations where it seems like it's a zero sum game, someone's going to lose in this situation. And
yeah,
I guess that's what I'm struggling to kind of figure out is like what the best way to handle that is and what obligation BAFTA has to, I guess, protect everyone that's involved and what that looks like. And that's where I keep getting myself kind of going in circles. I'm like, on one hand, if the guy's not allowed to come, um, is that, ableism? Is it punishing him for his disability? Is the better compromise, him, because he finished the award show in the private viewing room? Would that have been a better thing from the start? But then are you also denying him of the chance to, feel the energy of being inside that room that he, like you said, that he earned? It's a tough situation to be in, but it's like, I guess what I'm thinking about is on one hand, if you, I don't know, if on one hand, if you're trying to protect Michael B. Jordan and Delroy or anyone else who was on the stage for that, and then maybe you don't want that to be there. But on the other hand, it's a tough situation, and I guess it's like there's rightfully so lots of accommodations made to people that have disabilities in all walks of life or all aspects. You have ramps for wheelchairs. If you go to Six Flags, they have like the ADA lines or like a music festival to where people have like an easier path to get in and out of these venues. Cut the line because of the disability, stuff like that. But at the same time, does that extend forever? Like, Like I was talking to one of my coworkers at work today about that, and you know, he's got a daughter that's I think in elementary school, and I was like, if she was you know, doing like a ballet solo and she was on stage and this guy was in the crowd and just yelled out horror to a 5 year old, is that acceptable? Like, where does that line be? Should a 5 year old be subjected to be calling a horror on stage from, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where is the line? And
Where are
I'm
we gonna?
struggling.
Yep.
I'm struggling to understand that, and I just feel like I don't know. I feel like at some point your disability, unfortunately, limits the things that you're able to do. You know, if you've got epilepsy, you might not be able to go to an EDM show and see the lasers. That might trigger something in you. And while it sucks, that's your cross to bear. But on the other hand, you know, we should try to do things to be inclusive to everyone. I get, I don't know. What do you think?
I get both sides. I completely see what you're saying. Like in a way, yeah, maybe that guy should have been in a room so that he wasn't subjected to say that all those things in front of America. Maybe they could have cut it out. Like what's the win here, right? Like what's the best answer for this ongoing battle with racism too? Like, do you have this guy, completely secluded, or do you let him kind of, like have a moment with everybody else for the first time in his life where he feels like he's normal? Of course, then it gets hampered by him dropping this, but like, yeah, I mean, to me, it's like it's a double edged sword. Do you put this guy into the rafters and then everybody talks crap about how you wouldn't let this guy have a voice, or do you let this guy have a voice and just like deal with what he said? I don't know what the right answer necessarily is, you
I
know?
do wish that you know, Alan Cumming, when he had said that thing, I wish that he had made an apology then, not just a, hey, you know, you heard this.
You heard
Thanks for
this.
your
I'm
understanding.
glad you guys understood. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
agree.
wish that there would have been an apology with that. It also sounds like maybe BAFTA should have come to them afterwards and, you know, checked in. I don't know. I feel shitty even saying this. I do almost feel like when your disability causes you to affect other people with it, I feel like at that point it's like maybe the private viewing room would have been the better option, especially if you wound up there anyways. Like, you know, now you've got, you know, and I think an ignorant part of society that's, you know, convinced that this guy is a racist now. Like, you're dealing with that. You deal with the shame of actually having said it and then still wind up in the private viewing room. Would it have better to just have been there to start with? It's a, I don't know.
I
I,
know.
I'm like 51-49%, and 51% of me is saying maybe the private room would have been the better option, just due to the fact that if someone was going to be affected by it, maybe it should be the person that's dealing with it. But it's tough. If you're in the comments, please leave us some comments and let us know, because I'm genuinely have an open mind with this, and I want to know what people think is the best option for that, because I've heard opinions of both. You have anything else on that, or are we gonna keep it pushing?
Yeah, let's keep it pushing after that. That's a good way to end it.
Okay. Um, into one more serious topic. Rondale Moore, NFL wide receiver, passed away. Very, very sad to hear that. Very surprising news. Um, Praying for him, praying for his family, friends, everyone that was close to him. Um, and yeah, hoping that they can all find peace during this. Kyle, I think you had some more information with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just upsetting because he was 25. He hasn't had too much going on in the last few years. He had a couple of really really fun years with the Cardinals. A really good college career. Yeah, it's so upsetting to hear that a man like this just died so soon. The gun wound was said to be self inflicted, but it's unknown, I guess, to our understanding, at least to what we've looked up, if that was an intentional self-inflicted wound. Um, I would like to think it isn't. The guy had a lot to play for, a lot to live for. He just signed with the Vikings. Um, kind of was ready to be maybe their third wide receiver this year. Um, yeah, I my heart goes out to him, his family, everybody that's involved with this. It's absolutely depressing news. Just a player gone from us way too young, and under circumstances that, as far as we know and think, like weren't. I mean, yeah, they weren't the circumstances. Obviously, anybody would want to go out on, but yeah, I'm very heartbroken that this happened, that to a 25-year-old person. When you, like, I'm 29, and like I remember my dad saying, "Oh yeah, you hit that age where you're older than players and you're older than players getting drafted." When you're older than a player that you've seen and that's maybe even been on your fantasy team or just anything like that, and you hear about them dying and they're younger, like it's just so, anybody going at 29 would be too young. 25, what the hell are we doing? Like, I don't know.
Very
I
sad.
wish he was still here, man. Yeah, it
And I know
sucks.
that he was dealing with a lot of injuries. It kind of messed with his career. Yeah, I know. Like Kyle said, we haven't been able to figure out if it seems like it was self inflicted or not. Just want to say again, and we talked about this with the tragedy of Marshawn Nealon as well too. But if you're going through something, please reach out. Um, family, friends. If you feel like you don't have anybody, the suicide hotline number, get help. It may seem like there's no other way out, or that no one's there for you, no one cares. I promise you, people do. Um, I promise you, people do. And
Amen.
yeah, get the help that you need, because, like you said, Kyle. I mean, it's a tragedy. It's very sad. It's very sad, and not just because he's a football player, but anybody. It's
Right.
just when you are a football player like that. I mean, yeah, lots of people's lives been touched by somebody like that. You get to see somebody play, almost have like a parasocial, relationship with these people, where it's like, I've watched you for so many years, and then boom, like yeah, it's just devastating. And once again, we're praying for him, his soul, his family, friends, everybody impacted by that. So yeah, and check in on your people, man. Check in on your
Hmm.
people who are going through things, and make sure that they know that you're there for them. All right, last topic of the night. Hard pivot. You got a Reddit post for us?
I sure do. All right. So this is labeled, I don't know if I ever want a relationship. Uh, this is on the advice page on Reddit, posted by Huckleberry Mobile 407.
Okay.
Uh, they said, this might be a weird post, but I want to know if anyone else is in the same boat. I, 18 female, have never been in a relationship. I wasn't allowed to have a crush or date until I turned 18. So it's never been something that was on my mind since I knew my mom wouldn't approve. I've been asked out by a handful of guys, but it never felt right. Even though it's guys that are my type or someone that I get along with, I don't feel the deep connection with them. I like the idea of a relationship, but I hate the reality of it. I don't want to text the same person almost every day and have to hang out with the same person all the time. I don't even do that with my best friends. I value my alone time, and I'm also busy working full time and being a full time student. I've thought about I've thought that I was a, a romantic, but I still want to be with someone in a relationship one day. I just hate the reality of that. It is unreal. Is it unrealistic to want a relationship where I don't have to talk or hang out 24/7? Should I keep trying with the people or just focus on myself and wait until the timing is right? I know random internet people can't answer these for me, but does anyone relate to this? Hell yeah, honey. Sorry for the ramble.
How old is
The
the
hell
person?
yeah. She's 18, very clearly by this post.
I mean, I actually don't think this is wild at all. Um, to me personally, I feel like this is just someone who seems like they've got their goals and the things that they're trying to accomplish. That's the priority right now. We keeping the main thing the main thing. You're in school. You try and get your life going. So many people, especially young people, I mean, shit, it lasts all the way through life for some people, but lots of people, waste their entire young lives and their money and their goals and their academic success by either chasing men or women or non-binary people, you know what I mean, whatever. But you could be, boy crazy or girl crazy or whatever. to to me, this just seems like a person who's motivated for the right things. At some point, that person will come along, and maybe once you're more established, you'll be ready to deal with more of that, or you'll find somebody that also is just as driven as you are, and so then they don't need as much of their time because they got their stuff going on, you got your stuff going on, and twice a week we hang out. That's my thoughts.
Right. No, I mean, yeah. If my wife and I talked 24/7, we wouldn't get along. But so like I understand like that worry, but yeah, she's in the right place right now. Like 18 female, all she wants to do is focus on the shit that's in front of her and she can focus on the other stuff later. You have a better head on your shoulders than 90% of the people I went to college with, like, so like, yeah, to me, I think that is exactly what you should be doing. I did not, not that I thought you'd disagree, but I did not think we'd agree this hard on this, that like, yeah, your time will come. Just keep doing you. That's the best thing you can do. Bury your head in your books. And then at the end of all of this, I almost guarantee you're going to find somebody that you are freaking madly obsessed with and that you can kind of continue the next phase of life with. But you're 18, like, yeah, don't even worry about dating right now, which is crazy to me to say because I was trying to date at like 14. But like, yeah, like don't even like nothing matters
Yeah, I was gonna
until
say,
like
like,
you're basically out of college.
I don't think either one of us really had the same mindset as this person. Like,
Yeah,
but it
no.
doesn't mean that it's wrong at all. Like, I think that I think that it just seems very focused on the important things, and that I think that
Mhm.
you're going to either attract someone that has the same mindset as you, and it's going to work out very well, or when you're in more of a position to then have more time to dedicate to the finding a partner or something like that, then you'll be able to allot that time to it. But yeah, I don't think it's wrong by any means.
No, I agree. Take your time. Make sure you're sure before before you settle into something like that.
Absolutely. That was quick. What was the other one?
All right. Let's see here. I have a crush on my health provider.
Oh wow.
I am 28 female. I'm not sure how old he is, but I'm guessing it's in his 30s. He is my nurse practitioner. He started to manage my psych meds around May 2025. We do health follow-ups through Zoom. Every time my appointment is coming up, I get excited to see him. He has complimented me about my physical appearance before. I feel like he gets nervous talking to me when we are on the Zoom call, and I don't know. He just seems attractive to me, and I feel like he is also attracted to me. I'm sorry, some of these Reddit posts are tough to get through. Uh, I feel like he is also attracted to me, and I realize I just really want to get to know him as a person and not just my nurse practitioner.
Okay. So tough situation. I have two thoughts. Initial thoughts were, um, and I am in no way any sort of in the medical field. So this is not any sort of official professional advice. But from my understanding, you can have a situation based off of something like this. You can have it with like a therapist as well too. especially if you're opposite sex, where basically you, because of the vulnerability and the fact that you've talked to this person about certain things, especially when it gets into like mental health and stuff like that as well, you could develop an unhealthy relationship or an unhealthy attraction or sense of dependency based on this other person due to the relationship that you're in. Which leads me to the second part of the professional relationship that you're in, which leads me to the second part of this, which is due to those situations and the power imbalance slash mental gap, not mental because she's got health meds, but I mean mental of like provider versus patient. Due to
Mm,
that, there's usually laws involved about not being in a relationship with someone like that because it could be a sort of abuse of power. So, for one, this you might want to tap in with somebody else about this. Uh, Two, either way, you should probably, if you feel in this strongly, switch providers. Either one, because it's going to be a bad mental situation for you to be in, or two, if he actually does like you, then you want to give it a shot. You can't see him anymore, anyways. I'm pretty sure legally. So, either way,
mhm.
probably time to switch providers.
Yeah, I think at the very minimum, it's time to reconsider where you're at. If you're getting attracted to the person that's giving you your medication or things like that, like, yeah, that's not a good place. You can't start a relationship with that person as the person that used to administer your medication. You know,
Well,
like,
that could be a kind of an intimate situation though. If they weren't um if you weren't their patient, that could definitely be something that's more intimate too, or even why you could feel like that. Um, like if you get medicine from like your husband or wife or your partner every day, you know what I mean?
right, right. No, I hear that. I think that's problematic in its own way. Personally, like, I think that, like I have a friend in my personal life that he has to take medication for his bipolar syndrome,
Hmm.
and he's on it. If he doesn't take it, it's not his wife's fault. It's not anybody. Like, it's on him. You know, if you're not on your medication and you're acting up, like, that's on you, kind of thing. You know,
But
like,
I don't think that. Yes, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just mean like to have your partner support and helping you remind you to take those though is not bad, and that could
oh, I
create
agree.
a
I
bond
agree.
for you. Or let's
Sure.
say that you need
No,
like insulin. Like if I had to take insulin, I don't like needles. I would have to
I
have
would
Lexi
be
give that to me.
reminding you. I would be reminding you, and I'm across state. I'd be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
did you take your shot today?"
right.
Like,
So I
no,
don't
I
think that
feel you.
I don't think that the partnership as it pertains to the administration of the medicine is bad, as long as it's not because it's a professional.
But if the relationship starts that way, where the guy was the guy giving you, you know, giving you your freaking uh, Lexapro, like, that's, to me, that's just not a good start to her. Even if the guy is, down, and this girl doesn't even know that the guy's down for the relationship, and she's like, should I pursue that? And I mean, I know you pursue relationships not necessarily knowing for sure, but, like, yeah, man, when you're the patient, like, and hey, maybe it'll work out for her. Maybe she'll confess her love and they'll live happily ever after, but not under freaking OSHA or PETA or anybody like that.
Not under the workplace health safety people. The people that make sure that there's two people holding the ladder when you go to change a light bulb.
Yeah, OSHA and PETA are gonna be
Or the
pissed about
people
this.
against the eating of animals.
They're gonna be pissed at this,
Or
dude.
what is it? People for the ethical treatment of animals.
Ethical
Those people.
treatment. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. Yeah, I like I said, I think either way she needs to find a new provider.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah. She's
healthiest
got to
decision.
get newer
But
help. Yeah.
if you're going to find the new provider anyways, shoot your shot.
Yeah, now he's not your guy anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Shoot your shot.
Hey, you right. You right.
I would.
Maybe give
Hey,
it a couple weeks.
my
Maybe
advice
maybe
on
let
how she.
yourself get out of a hospital first. But
My advice on, because I'm assuming that you don't have contact information. You probably only see this person during the meetings. My advice for how to shoot the shot would go like this. I have already found a new healthcare provider. So your answer to this does not matter about that. There is no issue professionally. This will be our last professional encounter. That being said, I found a new provider because I got some feelings for you. And either I have these feelings and I need to see a new provider anyways, or I got these feelings and we're going to get together and I need to find a new provider.
And we
But
gonna
either way,
smash. Yeah.
you want me or not? That's me.
That's a someone signed this guy into a mental hospital.
Me?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Goodness gracious. Trying to get me locked up. Anyways.
Wouldn't be the craziest thing. Anyways.
That puts an end to our mental 4 a.m. late entry episode. Tune in on Wednesday. Yeah, thank y'all for being here. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think about the episode, especially the Tourette's topic. And why is that funny?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Just the alliteration, the Tourette's topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should name a video that after the
Tourette's topic. We'll see y'all on Wednesday.
Peace out.